Do you think that the Canadian manufacturers here in Canada are operating on a level playing field with Chinese EV producers?
Honestly, what I find concerning is when some people say, you know, that the Chinese manufacturers have been subsidizing significantly, you know, their auto manufacturing facilities and their capacities. The truth is that if you go back years ago, Japan was subsidizing significantly the auto manufacturing in Japan, and to help them come into to Canada and the U.S. The U.S. has been subsidizing significantly their auto industry for decades. So to me, when I see a country like China subsidizing significantly their auto industry, to me this is just, they're doing what the Japanese, the Europeans, the Chinese, the South Koreans and the Americans have done.
I'm just going to ask you though again, do you think that they're playing on a level playing field as the producers? Considering, you know, our jobs we have great benefits, we have great wages, probably not the same in the Chinese manufacturing. So I'm going to just ask again, do you think it's a level playing field?
So if you go to a manufacturing plant in China right now, most of it is automated. So the truth is that the future of the industry is not going to be so much on wages, and we are losing jobs in Canada, and it has nothing to do with Chinese cars or Chinese manufacturing. I mean, as I said, 80% car makers from the U.S., Ford, GM, and Stellantis, have decreased their manufacturing by 80% in the past 20 years. Chinese car were not part of that.
Most of it is automated, but there are still jobs remaining. Yes. What are the typical wages?
And that's my point. In the EV industry, while we have been losing jobs in the legacy auto industry, in the EV industry, we've been creating tens of thousands of jobs in the past 15 years. So this is a shift from, I would say, traditional jobs to new jobs in infrastructure upstream and downstream, which is a new kind of jobs.
So typically how it's been done is Chinese will create kits that bring into like the European market, and then you assemble those kits. So if that is to be done in Canada, then how would that create a downstream or an upstream environment with our local eco-manufacturing in automotive?
So that's why we have to make sure that joint ventures go beyond that. That's the first thing. Yeah. And when we're talking about critical minerals and just extracting those minerals and sending them elsewhere, whether it's in China, the U.S., or wherever, this is the type of mistake that we've been doing for 300 years. You know, we cut the wood, we get the furniture done, we get the oil, we refine it elsewhere, the aluminum we've done. I mean, Canada's been doing the same mistakes for 300 years. So I hope we learn from our mistakes, and the critical mineral segment, I think, is a very important opportunity for us to refine our critical minerals here.
I absolutely agree that we need to focus on, you know, being strong at home, and our resources in that are to and
I would go beyond that, if you don't mind. Right now, when we talk about a critical mineral strategy in Canada, we don't talk about battery recycling, which includes critical minerals. And right now, most of these critical minerals at end of life of the batteries is being exported to the U.S.
A key component of that, though, is ensuring that we have Canadian IP and Canadian tech and Canadian innovation as well. So we're not only supporting our minerals and the refining of that, but we're also supporting our own innovation at the same time. Do you agree?
Absolutely.